Hi F2Pers, it's Goodfellow here from F2P.com, and today we are checking out Star Stable. It is I'm not going to say free to play, it's a free to try MMORPG. It's classic theme park styled quest based MMORPG, as the big floating yellow exclamation mark above this hunk of a man Justin Morland indicates. But the game is only free to play up to level 5, as far as I'm aware, and then once you hit level 5, you need to become a subscribing member. Now, I've not hit yet. You can see that I'm currently level 4, and I'm just under level 4.5. Maybe throughout the course of this review, this first look, then we will find out just exactly what happens when we hit level 5. I couldn't really find out much information about it other than you have to become a subscribing member. So it's not free to play, it's free to try. Which is fine, we've kind of played it a little bit. We've probably had about 2 hours worth of game content to get us to 4.5. So the problem we do have, this character, so he's kind of like one of the main NPCs for the quest chain that we're going on. There's quite a few different little side quests as well. But the main story arc, we got to a point where we needed to speak to this guy, and he had a little clock above his head. Now, what that meant was that we couldn't speak to him and get our quest. We couldn't continue it until we either waited another day. So obviously, as we've kind of left the game and a day has passed in that time, he's now available. Or you have to speak to this lady here. And there you go. Of course, you and Greyjoy can spend the night here. It costs a bit, but when you get up, it's a new, exciting day. So we can speak to her. Well, yeah, at the moment it says you do not need to stay overnight, but you have to spend star coins, I think they're called, which are the premium currency. So to get through the trial, after 2 hours worth of play, we either had to spend premium currency, because we've not earned any at all in this space of this trial. So you had to spend real currency or kind of just quit the game, because we reached a point where there was no more content for us to do. We couldn't hit level 5. There was no more quests for us to do. And there are repeatable quests, so these blue exclamation marks here, these are stuff that can be done every day, and we'll kind of investigate a few of them in a moment. So you've got all different vendors and stuff in the stable, and at the moment we can explore the stable and a variety of other places. So, what can we do? I'll tell you what, you can see the top left, we are Esmeralda Oldbrook. This isn't a name that we kind of decided we were going to have. Basically, when you create your character, you get to choose from a variety of first names, pre-approved first names. You don't get to type in your name, and then assemble 2 words together. So we assembled the word old and brook. Sylvie assembled hawk and brook. So there's a lot of very similar names, but we went with Esmeralda. And you get to do the same with your horse, and we managed to get Greyjoy. We do not sow. So that's our character, and it is, you get a few different customization options for hairstyles and things like that. However, one thing you don't get is to choose your gender. Everybody in the game is female. You're all little kind of teenage girls, I guess. And that's generally, I don't think it's anything to do with thinking that, oh, boys won't want to play horse games. I'm sure plenty do. But more to do with the quest chains. So as I said, Thomas Morland, the hunk at the beginning. You speak to one of the girls over here, and I'll show you these girls. These are the wild bobcats. Let's get a gallop on. Cool sound effects there. Good fellow. Okay, so this girl here, Loretta, she's an absolute bitch. Not so much now, because now I've got one of her jackets. I'm one of the wild bobcat club, or the bobcat club, or whatever they are. But yeah, when I first met her, she was like, "Oh my God, you're like totally newbie, and oh, you suck, and you better stay away from Thomas. He's mine." Da ba 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 ba. So kind of high school, kind of cheerleader, squatty type, prissy girl. And then she's got the token girl over here who's like part of the club. She's okay. Tan's okay. You know, she's kind of part of the group, but she's like, oh, you know, you're gonna have to prove yourself. And even though I didn't want to, even though I have absolutely no interest in joining them, because you know, screw those guys. The quests made me want to try and impress them, and clearly I did. But yeah, so the quests themselves are geared around, you know, being a girl. So they've made it so that they are girly quest. So a couple of things. Well, let's do the quest first. Actually, no, we'll not do the quest because I don't know how much XP I'm going to get from it, and I don't want to push myself over. Push myself to level 5, which might block everything else out. So we've got vendors over here, which means I can equip myself with different gear. I can also equip Greyjoy with different gear, and it does different things. So this gives him discipline. His saddle does nothing because it's newbie gear. But yeah, so you get like riding gloves that I guess make you faster. I don't know. It doesn't really tell us. And what happens is I can speak to Loretta. You want to try out the race again? Sure, let's go for another ride. So we can do a race, and we get XP, and we get Jorvik shillings. Now, see, I might have made a bit of a presumption there. Oh, it's taking a long time to get between my speeds. Okay, so this is a time trial of a fashion to see how fast I can go. So this is the top speed of my mount, and if you kind of do too much turning, too much handling, then it kind of slows down when it's at top speed. So I'm going through the different checkpoints, and you can see what is my personal best at the top. Oh, can you? Oh yeah, your high score, 2 minutes. So that's pretty good. Now obviously, why is it slowed down? I don't want it to slow down. The more gear you get, the higher you get both your character level and I guess your horse level. You know, the faster you can go. I'm presuming he's not got enough stamina and maybe he keeps slowing down. So he's going all out gallop now. But yeah, and as far as I'm aware, these races are available to all different levels. So it isn't just a case of it's all newbies. Although this is a newbie area, you do see some high-level players kind of floating around here, and as will be kind of prevalent in a moment with my score, nearly there, so another 30 seconds, if I'm doing well, is that the race speeds, like the best times, are pretty much impossible for me to get at this stage. And that's because players have much better gear than I do. So there we go, type of handling there. It's going well, it's going well. I'm still pretty far off our best lap, I think. I don't think we were necessarily going to... No. I think we had a bit of a slow start. I don't know why it was slowing down at the beginning. This is a terrible start. God, we've added an extra 10 seconds onto our best. Wow. Oh, do you know what? I think it's because Greyjoy isn't feeling it, so he's a little bit slower and sluggish. But now, as you can see, 1 minute 20, I was like 50 seconds off that, so there's just no way I was going to be able to beat that. Because it's higher level players with better gear than what I've got. There we go, yay! Okay, so I got some... yeah, okay, so I can't do that again today. So that is, a blue one is a repeatable quest that you get every day, so you can try them once a day. So you can't just kind of keep farming XP doing the races. So that is the problem I'd had once once I hit level 4.5. I'd done every blue quest, you know, I'd done all that kind of stuff. So I had to kind of leave the game and not play for another day. But anyway, so let's see what we've got. We've got in our inventory. Oh, we've not got any hay. Let's go and get some hay. I'm actually not entirely sure where I pick it up from. Maybe here. I want some hay. Okay, I don't know. I know that I get my water from there, but I've always just had hay. So you drag the item, and then we are now watering Greyjoy, which will pick up his mood a little bit. We're going to brush him. Ah, that's nice. So he's our own little virtual pet. And then we're going to scrape his hoofs out. Unfortunately, I can't feed him. I don't know... where do I get hay from? I could ask in chat. Hold on, I saw a little feed bag pop up somewhere then. Where is it popping up from? Aha, oh no, that's a vendor, it's trying to tell me, I think. Is that the vendor icon? The bag? Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's in here. Let's have a look. You need to have your horse with you to enter or exit your stable. Okay. Come, Greyjoy. Well, anyway, I'm not that bothered, but yeah, I find some hay and do that. There's also repeatable quests on that bulletin board where you go and feed different horses, you go and water different horses, and then clean up manure, which is always great. And so that's the general kind of taking care of your horse. Okay, so let's carry on with this quest. I don't know how to change the mind of that crazy old man. I know that my mother truly loved my father. What happened was a tragedy and there was no foul play involved, no matter what others might say. Look, I have these letters, the correspondence between my mother and father from before they got married. It truly shows how profound their love was. I've been thinking about showing these to Jasper, but never had the nerve for it. Maybe you could do it. Here, take the list. Okay, so I'm going to take these letters, thank you very much, sealed with a kiss, and I'm going to give you the concept of what the story is about. So, got our indicator, so we have to go up here. This is Moorland Summer Pony Camp, basically. And we have Mr. Kemble, I think he's called, that dude up there, who's basically wanting to knock down the summer camp because he's bought the rights to all the land, apparently. Oh, gotta go this way. And he wants to knock the place down and build his dream homes on it. So, Mr. Moorland, not Thomas Moorland, his father, who you do speak to, basically employs all these young girls that have come for pony riding lessons at summer camp to essentially go onto the building site, turn power off to diggers and disrupt stuff and kind of ruin equipment. You know, basically making them break the law, put themselves in danger, and I'm kind of, you know, I have to ride to the I'm riding around a building site on a horse that I literally just learned how to ride. So Mr. Moorland has no care for, you know, has no regard for the care of the children that are under his care. He has no care for the children under his care. But anyway, so at the moment we're trying to prove that that Mr. Kemble has the rights to the building, the rights to the land, so that it can't be built on. But yeah, so that Mr. Kemble guy, we met him at his building site, and one of the quests was that we were trying to save Loretta. Loretta had gone for a little run around somewhere, and she'd not come back, and there'd been a landslide, and so for us to get to it, we had to get Mr. Kemble to get these bulldozers out. Oh, I can't reach that. Ah! Poof. I've not learned how to jump yet. We had to get Mr. Kemble to get his bulldozers out. I've actually not been down here. Cool. And move the land. And for him to do it, he said he would only do it if we went and marked some trees for being cut down. That was kind of what we had to do. So yeah, we also got involved in logging the area. It's nice. So yeah, that's kind of the main question is for us to stop this property development, and I don't know how long it'll go on for, but you unlock new areas and stuff as you level up. But obviously I'm not going to go in that far if we're only on level 5. Okay, so let's head back to the place. We also had another side quest from the blacksmith who wanted us to go into a mine, you know, because we're little girls riding horses at summer camp, to go in a mine and mine some ore for him, and we did that, you know, as inappropriate as it is. Hey now. So yeah, that's kind of like where we got with the game, and you can see we're kind of earning XP slowly but surely. I mean, even kind of performing these various quests. I mean, what's this one over here? Let's go to this yellow. I'm presuming that's... Well, that's one of the pickup. That's an objective. So let's go to the yellow. But yeah, I think, honestly, even doing these quests, the rate that we're earning it, does it actually give me a value? Not sure. I honestly don't think we'd even level up today either. I reckon we'd have to basically play for an hour, then we'd be done. That's another quest, there we go. Take this mining pick and ride to Jarl's tomb, close to Dole's Abbey. Use it on the ancient rocks to mine shiny ghost ore. I need only 2 lumps of this rare metal. He's our guy. He's our guy that has no problem sending children to go and get ore for him. Sicko. You sick man. So yeah, so what else have we got? So we've got inventory, social. You can't actually use the chat unless you verify your email, which is fine. I think that makes sense. You know, it is a children's game. I have to be careful because there might be grown adults playing this game with all these kids, but whatever. Yeah, so that's good. So you've got social aspects. So you've got high scores, and let's close that because it opens over at the top of it. So these are on the various tracks and stuff like that. You got the top speeds and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, so you earn prizes if you're if you finish on top. And what else have we got? We've got main menu, call for pickups. That's your Hearthstone. That kind of lets you kind of get back to the stables. You've got help, and you've got your quest log, and then your profile. And that's kind of everything there is to the game. There's, you know, not a whole lot. We've unlocked some areas by completing some of the quests. This is the other Bobcat course. I'm going down the wrong way, but whatever. And if I could jump, then that'd be cool, but I can't. So yeah, there you go. That's kind of everything there is to it. I mean, it's a pretty simple theme park MMORPG. It's a very niche game. I think it's going to appeal to certain people. It's definitely not going to appeal to everybody because, well, you know, straight away you've got the restrictions on gender. You know, you have to play as a little girl. And if you're fine with that, then, you know, that's cool. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people that play other MMORPGs, and, you know, guys play girls all the time, it's fine. But a bit of a weird one where you are essentially being treated and taught to as a girl. That's kind of essentially what the quests revolve around. But yeah, you know, the graphics, they're okay, a little bit dated, you know, a little bit blocky, but, you know, there's a bloom on everything so that it all looks a little bit softer and kind of covers the jagged edges, no doubt. But all in all, it's, you know, it's not bad. But like I said, it isn't free to play. It's free to try. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to block the content out when we reach level 5. But if it's something you're interested in, then I say, hey, give it a go, give it a try. But that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. As ever, I hope you found it useful. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of our videos, more of our first looks. And we don't just play games for little girls. We get a lot of closed beta, some alpha access videos that we release as and when we're allowed to release the videos. And you can also check out our official website over at f2p.com or follow us on Facebook and Twitter at f2p.com. So thank you guys for watching. I have been Goodfellow, you have been you, this has been Star Stable, and hopefully we shall see you in the next video. Bye bye!